what's being considered one of the biggest weekends of sport this year about to get underway, it's quite difficult to actually try to cut down and find what to talk about. But before that weekend even gets underway, UFC 200 has had a lot of drama. Now you may know UFC 200 was initially supposed to be the rematch of Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz. But that didn't happen after Conor McGregor decided the PR wasn't his thing and he didn't want to do it, so he was cut from the card. That main event match was then replaced by Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier, which was a title v title fight, but as you may have seen on Wednesday, Jon Jones was pulled from the card after being informed of a possible anti-doping violation, for which he has apologised but denied any wrongdoing. So the main event was gone again. Cormier reportedly upset, mainly because his payday was gone. But then 3 different options were put forward, amongst many others. But the UFC gave him 3 primary options, and the man chosen to replace Jon Jones is Anderson Silva. Silva's last fight was actually a loss in February to now middleweight champion Michael Bisping, and he's admitted that he hasn't trained for months, but is doing this because he wants to help out the UFC and also Cormier. The other 2 options for the fight were Gegard Mousasi and Dan Henderson, but Mousasi fights Thiago Santos on the undercard of UFC 200, which would have got rid of that fight, and Dana White has said that the UFC has other plans for Dan Henderson. Anderson Silva still requires clearance from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, but he is thought to get the all clear. And because of the very short notice, only 2 days before the actual event, it will be a non-title fight at the light heavyweight division, going 3 rounds, not 5. And this fight will be the 3rd last fight of the night. And the other news coming out today is that Brock Lesnar versus Mark Hunt, the heavyweight clash, which was supposed to be the main event after Jones Cormier was removed, is now not the main event. It's now the co-main event, with the women's bantamweight title fight between champion Miesha Tate and her opponent Amanda Nunes moving to the main event. And this is huge for women's UFC, because it was already gaining a massive reputation with Ronda Rousey, and then Holly Holm's huge win, and then Miesha Tate's huge win, and now it's getting the main event at pretty much the biggest UFC event ever. The other 2 main card fights are the featherweight title fight between Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar for Conor McGregor's vacated title belt. And the first fight on the main card is also a heavyweight clash, along with the co-main event, where Travis Brown will face Cain Velasquez. The undercard, as you can see now, includes fighters such as Kat Zingano, Johnny Hendricks, TJ Dillashaw, and the aforementioned Gegard Mousasi. So despite the loss of people like Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, Jon Jones, it's still an absolutely stacked card. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you make of this new UFC 200 card, the card which has changed about 4 times since the original was put out? And also, what do you make of the difficulties that UFC 200 has had? And also, just off topic from UFC 200, what do you make of Freddie Alvarez winning the lightweight title last night in a first round TKO of Rafael Dos Anjos at UFC Fight Night 90 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas? Put in the comment section down below what you think of that. And once again, also what you've made of UFC 200 in the lead up to the event. And thank you for watching.